Hi everyone, my name is Juan Gutierrez and this is my second video blog for sociology class. First question, discuss your family makeup. Who is in your family? Well, my family is my parents, my sister, my niece, uncles, cousins, aunts, grandparents. They are all part of my family. And now my friends. I also consider them as family. What was life like growing up? I was born in Colombia. I lived there for 15 years and I grew up in a conservative family. I was pretty much an only child since my sister is 19 years older than me, so she was doing her own thing. I grew up with my cousins and yeah, my cousins and neighbors, they were my brothers and sisters. So I had someone to fight with and share and learn from each other. Have things changed as you got older? What has changed is I come from a conservative family. My mom was a stay-at-home mother, so she was always on top of me in order to make sure I was going through the right path. What has changed is the control of my parents over my decisions, my opinions, and the fact that now they accept that I'm an independent individual who has its own beliefs and choices. Explain what primary socialization is. I'm gonna start with the meaning from the book, and it is the process by which children learn the cultural norms of the society in which they are born. Well, to me, primary socialization is the adoption of values, and those values are reflected in our behavior in public. I learned from my parents how to behave in public, how to be honest, and not to lie. But I also learned from professors in school and from my friends, for example, how to be a loyal friend. Next question. What was life? What was family like 15 years ago? Let's start with the fact that 15 years ago there was not easy access to education and families didn't have planification methods back then. So families were really big. My great grandparents from my mother's side, they had to work. Both of them had to work a lot. There was no easy access for water, so my great grandmother had to walk miles in order to bring water to the house for basic needs. And while my great grandfather was working on his farming chores. Life changed a little bit when my grandparents were got married by the 1950s. My mom was born in 1953. Back then, industrialization came to the region, and my grandfather was able to work as a mechanic in a steel at a steel company. While my grandmother was able to stay home taking care of the children. And since my mom was the older of all her brothers and sisters, she had to take care, like help my grandmother to take care of her brothers and sisters. While my dad, he was the youngest of his family, he didn't have to take care of anyone, but he started working at a very young age. When he was 12 years old, he was already working as a mechanic. Right now, he's a welder, and that's something he didn't learn at school. He learned it at working since he was very young. Um, how is it different from now? How is that life different now? Well, today I have easy access to education, and since we moved here, mm, it changed. Life changed for us. My mom couldn't be able, is not able to be a stay-at-home mother. She wasn't able to be a stay-at-home mother anymore. So economy demands for both of my parents to sustain the house. So they both had to go to work once we moved here. So I think that's how life is different now. Last question: how does popular culture present the family? Popular culture presents the family as diverse families. For example, the show called Modern Family is a great example since there is the typical family where there's three children, um, mom and dad, And then there is a gay couple. They adopted a little girl. In another couple, it is a older man with a younger lady, and he's pretty much taking care of a little boy that wasn't his. So there's some diversity in all those three families. They're all different. Um, the Fosters, that's another diverse family where there's two ladies with one of her own. One is raising one of her own children, and some of the other children are adopted. And the last one is Friends. That Friends show was released in 1994, and since then they show a diverse family. When Ross married a lady, then they got divorced, but the lady gets together with another lady, and both of them raise a the little boy. So there's a gay couple since the 1990s. They are implementing that example of diverse families in society. And this is it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.